Hey guys, welcome back to HW Sports 90. I know it's been long since I posted a video, but today in this video I'm going to preview the game between Fulham and Manchester City. Remember, the Premier League is getting into its final stages and we are yet to know who's going to win the Premier League. And the question we're still asking ourselves, who is going to win the Premier League at the end of the season? I think the season is going to be the season is ending next week, and at the moment, we don't know if it will be Arsenal for the first time in 20 years or will it be Manchester City for the fourth time in a row. And today, Fulham were welcoming the reigning champions Manchester City at the Trafford Cottage, and most Arsenal fans spend the whole of the week, on Fulham's pages trying to motivate them, for them to get a result against Manchester City. But the thing that Arsenal fans don't know is that going up in a title race against Manchester City is the hardest thing at the moment. And Liverpool, I think they have an idea, and they should give Arsenal fans some tip on that, because Arsenal fans spend the whole week, concentrating on Fulham versus Man City game than Arsenal versus Manchester United game. So it's a bit weird, because I think they should not underrate Manchester United. They lost 4-0 against Crystal Palace on Monday, but I think they're still a big team, and they're playing at Old Trafford, which is an advantage for United. So I think they shouldn't underrate United at any stage or at any they should not underestimate United anymore, because anything can happen in this football. So as I said, Arsenal fans have been disappointed because their strength and their energy to motivate Fulham has been in vain, because they have lost 4-0 against Manchester City, because the Manchester City won comfortably against Fulham 4-0. They opened the scoring in the first half through Josko Gvardiol, who I think since April he's been on form, scoring for Manchester City with his wicket foot as well. So it's been brilliant. Remember, he was signed by Manchester City, but I think he was taking his time to adapt, and now I think he's adapted the Premier League's speed. And I think it's now one of the best. I don't know if I can say left wing, or I can say right wing, or I can say left back or center back, but also Gvardiol is improving game in, game out. And today he scored twice and helped Manchester City in a 4-0 win against Fulham. So in the first half it was 1-0 advantage for Manchester City, and they came in the second half. Josko scored, Phil Foden scored, and also Julian Alvarez, who replaced Erling Haaland in the second half, also scored through a penalty. And Manchester City are now 2 points ahead of Arsenal in the Premier League table, because at the moment, as I said, Arsenal are second with 83 points, having played 36 games, and Manchester City are first with 85 points, having played the same number of games as Arsenal, that is 36. And the next 2 games for Manchester City, as I said, is Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham. For Arsenal, it's going to be Manchester United and Everton, which I think Everton, they have nothing to lose, so the game against Everton can be as easy as Arsenal fans want it. But Manchester United, remember, they lost 4-0 at Anfield, at Selhurst Park, so on Monday they lost 4-0, and I think the players, the manager, they are under pressure to produce a good result against Arsenal, and I think a draw will be the most entertaining result for Manchester United. But for Arsenal, it will be a devastating end of the game. So we keep on asking ourselves, who's going to win the Premier League, who's going to claim the victory at the end of the season? Will it be Arsenal or Manchester City? And the next game for the citizens is on Tuesday against Spurs, and Arsenal will have to play United tomorrow, and they are playing Everton next weekend. So it may remain that maybe Arsenal can win it for the first time in 20 years, or City can prove dominance in Premier League by winning it 4 times in a row. That question, I think, will the next 2 games, that is next 4 days, that is from tomorrow, Sunday to Wednesday, we'll be able to know maybe who is going to win it next weekend. But at the moment, it is Manchester City who, if the league was to end today, Manchester City will be crowned the champions of the Premier League this season. But at the moment, we don't know yet if it's going to be Arsenal or Manchester City. But looking at the fixtures Manchester City always had in the last in the last 10 games in the Premier League. They always try to win. They always, remember last season, they were 8 points behind Arsenal, and somehow they managed to win all the games. And Arsenal, they were left with that. No, they did not have that, the real competition, or rather, they didn't have the impact they need to have last season, and they slept, and Arsenal, they don't win the league, and Manchester City emerged as winners. Can it happen this season? Remember, Arsenal, they were in a pole position of winning the Premier League this season, but somehow they lost against Aston Villa. That is where I think if they are to lose the Premier League to Manchester City, they'll go back and say, no, what, against Aston Villa, we were supposed to win because we were playing at home, and somehow we managed to lose the game. And I think that's where maybe Arsenal can lose the Premier League, because if they won against Aston Villa, if they won against Aston Villa, they could have been 1 point ahead of Manchester City, and if they won their next 2 games against United and Everton, they could have been crowned the champions. But that is where Arsenal can say they can lose the title. The 2-0 loss against Aston Villa at home, because between Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham, the team I think can upset Manchester City is Tottenham Hotspur, because the history between Spurs and Manchester City is always that City somehow failed to get a win against Spurs, and this season they drew 2-2 as well at the Etihad Stadium. This shows you how Manchester City always find it difficult to win against Tottenham Hotspur. So I think Arsenal fans at the moment, they should concentrate on United game, and later on they can now support their rival, that is Spurs, on Tuesday as they are hosting Manchester City. But at the moment, it is the GG move, go Manchester United for the Manchester City fans, as they are now also tomorrow they'll be cheering on their neighbors at Old Trafford to get the job done against Arsenal, because a win or a draw tomorrow for Manchester United will mean that Manchester City are now 90% confirmed as the Premier League winners, because it will be now difficult for Manchester City to drop 6 points in the next 2 games, and that will be a season over for Arsenal, and trophyless season as well for 2 consecutive seasons. Remember last season they were brilliant, but somehow they managed to drop out of the Europa League. They managed to drop out of the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, concentrating on the league, and at the end of the season they didn't win the league. The same happened this season as they dropped out of the Champions League, FA Cup, and Carabao. Dwelling on the Premier League, they have 2 games on their way, and a Spurs win for them to lift the Premier League the first time in 20 years. So guys, that's it from today, from me, HW Sports 90, for today's updates. I've been a little busy dealing with some stuff, but I'll be back posting daily as usual. But for now, it's that for now. City have won 4-0 against Fulham. Tomorrow is Manchester United versus Arsenal at Old Trafford. I made a post at the community tab asking you who's going to win the game between Manchester City and Arsenal. Let me know your thoughts on that, and also on this video. Comment, share, like, and subscribe.